Welcome to Jerkin Around, an episode about abuse, Teisha.
My gosh.
An episode about grieving.
And
What?
abuse.
Yeah, and abuse.
In the bedroom.
No.
Yes. Yeah, there's other stuff in there. And
Kyle's birthday trip.
yeah, and then Paige DeSorbo, my favorite.
Yeah.
But why aren't they getting married?
I know, it's weird.
It's so weird. It's going on 3.5 years. Okay, bye. Listen on.
Do I say anything?
Oh my God, we're just being normal.
Oh, jerking around. Jerking
Do you want
around.
to get your headphones? We'll nail it.
Crystal takes her shirt off. Stick around. Should we say it at the same time?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Jerkin Around, a podcast with Teisha and Crystal. Maybe we were meant to be on video. Regina listens to the Giggly Squad. I feel like we're helping people listen to the Giggly Squad more than this, you know? She's like, I was listening to Giggly Squad, and Christy's like, I was listening to Giggly Squad. I'm like, wait, did you hear the latest Jerkin Around?
Yeah.
Or is Giggly Squad the new Jerkin Around? Because it was like the original.
Yeah.
So funny.
I've never listened to either, so I don't know.
It's good, but I can't listen to a full episode. I get like annoyed.
Because of the cussing and the inappropriate, or because of the
cussing, the inappropriate, and then the like sometimes they don't like. It's probably how people feel about us. Like, shut up, Hannah, and let Paige talk.
No.
You know, like I want to hear more from Paige.
No.
I actually love listening to Paige on other people's podcasts because then I get to hear her more. And it's not like her and Hannah.
Well, a few people have asked me to be on their podcast.
I bet. They're like,
haven't.
then you won't get interrupted and you can actually hear you.
Nobody wants to hear what I'm saying. They're all Crystal and her mute friend, you know.
No,
I'm like Charlie Chaplin, like the mime, you know. Like,
You don't watch Summer House though, huh?
no, I need to watch. Oh. It was a little dramatic because it's really cold water, and I was like picturing it.
I thought a kid like fell off a cliff. I mean, look what I'm working with here.
It's like a limp.
There we go. No, but Paige.
I do want to watch Summer House because of the Lindsay Carl.
Yeah.
I was interested in that, you know?
Well, there's so much to say about that. Okay, let's just talk about all the things. Lindsay, Carl, and Paige. Lindsay made it sound like she was left, like blindsided, completely abandoned.
That's not what happened?
No, not at all.
Well,
not
no,
even a little bit.
What I felt like happened was she was left and then he wanted to talk about it on camera and then he broke up with her on camera.
I think the breakup, they just showed that last week. I don't think he says he wasn't going to end it that day. I don't think he really was. I think he was like, let's not get married. Let's hold off. Let's stay together.
Yeah.
And then Lindsay was done with him.
Oh.
But building up to that episode, there was so much fighting. But it's funny because Kyle and Amanda fight that much and they're like, this is unhealthy. And I'm like, I think you're unhealthy too. Because like usually every other week it's you guys. Sorry. Yeah. Every other week it's you two.
They always fought until they got married.
No, they still fight.
Oh, yeah.
They just shouldn't, they're just like, Amanda makes me want to fall asleep.
Oh, really?
Like when I watch her, I'm like, I'm so bored by you. That sounds rude. But no, I just think she's like, maybe it's her and Kyle. I don't feel like she's her real self.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I don't feel like she's happy. She said she's not happy. Then, supposedly Kyle and Amanda are taking a break.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're getting divorced. That's what I heard last night.
I
can't.
Yeah.
The penis in it. Yeah, it's like, it's distracting my thought process. There we go.
It's floppy.
But, so I don't know if that's true, but let's talk about Lindsay and Carl. Okay. So what Lindsay said was, she had no idea that he was going to call off the wedding. No idea. And then he called them to pick up the cameras again.
Yeah.
And then she was blindsided. No idea. So then in the reunion, she's like, that morning, he was saying, maybe we should just call off the wedding. Because like, she went in the room, they were sleeping in separate bedrooms.
Not normal.
Not blindsided. That's not a blindside. Something's very wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I maybe have slept in a separate bedroom from Kyle once, maybe twice.
Yeah.
It's like Kyle, it's one of Kyle's big things.
Yeah.
Like, you don't do that.
Yeah.
So, but they were sleeping in a separate bedroom because they had a fight, because every weekend it was a big fight. And I actually was pro Lindsay the whole time. I'm always pro Lindsay. I'm a very pro Lindsay person. I think I resonate with Lindsay.
Yeah.
She's a little crazy, strong.
Yeah.
I get it. But she was my favorite version of her this whole summer. So I'm like, is she happy? Is that why she's being so nice to everyone? Or is she hurting? And that's why she's being so nice to everyone.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, she was so nice. Her and Paige finally got along. They're my two that I want to get along.
Yeah.
So that morning she went into Carl's room, was like, why are they filming? What's going on? And then he's like, they were fighting and he was yelling something about calling off the wedding. So she's like telling him this that in the reading, and I'm like, well, I don't think that's a blindside then. That morning he was saying he's gonna call off the wedding. And then a few hours later he did. I don't think that's very blindsided.
Yeah. But if the cameras were already there.
They weren't there that morning.
Oh.
They were already planned though.
Oh, yeah.
But I think Carl's gay. I think he's gay.
Really?
Yeah. Like lately, he's turned a corner.
Yeah.
He's Metro like times 10.
Yeah.
Very like skinny, very like a lot of chest hair showing, like with their tank top. I don't feel like most guys do like a circle neck with the hair. Or is it a thing?
Well, I mean, like Harry Styles wears a dress sometimes, and he's not gay.
That we know of.
Right. I think it's different these days.
I think Harry does some group things.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
I think
wouldn't
he
say
might
he's
be,
like
but
the
I'm saying like
straightest.
he's not known for that. I do think
There's like this
the
version.
style is more
Metro.
female.
Harry Styles wears a dress.
Yeah,
The line is blurred.
the line is very blurred.
Yeah.
He's wearing a dress. Where? Like performing?
On the
Wait,
red
you
carpet.
guys are saying this like it's normal.
Oh yeah,
I
it's
had
like
no
out
idea.
there. Oh yeah, like on the red carpet, like and his concerts. Oh yeah.
But he's not changing or anything.
I mean, if Ben was wearing a dress, I'd be concerned. But I think in Hollywood things are different. It's a little like, what's happening?
They're always on the fringe. They're on the outside of, like, they push the line of fashion.
Yeah. Okay.
And I feel like
I don't think Carl's like Harry Styles. Harry Styles has like a vibe. Like I'm a trendsetter.
Yeah.
Harry, that's like me. Like I couldn't wear like Dana's Doc Martens.
Dana's the trendsetter.
Yes.
Yeah.
If I showed up in Dana's Doc Martens and like parachute pants, it would be like, what the? But like Dana could do that and it's normal.
No, speaking of wearing what to wear is, I forgot we were recording, and then when you texted, I was like, I'm wearing this. I feel like I always look like just absolute garbage on this. I'm like, I really gotta start like.
I'm not trying to copy Paige, but she says that about when she records, she always looks like just rolled out of bed.
Yeah.
But it's like part of what makes it great.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, like I saw her on someone else's podcast. I'm like, whoa. And like I go back to hers and it's like her hair's like that.
No, I'm
And it's
like,
no
no
makeup.
wonder no one's listening. They're like, she's homeless. Like it's
No, who cares?
We need to bring
Yeah.
back the Metallica.
But I was like, oh, Ken permanently stole that from me, so I won't be wearing it anymore.
I think today is the Giggly Squad day as well.
Is it? I'm
Yes.
gonna listen maybe once. I'm just not.
It's
a
not that
podcast
good. I don't think
person.
you'll like it. I don't.
She looks cute there.
No, this is that's not her recording. Though this is her like normal. She must have done verbal.
Wait, did you message her?
No.
Oh, I thought it was like your
Oh,
message.
I would. I would tell her a lot of things. Mary Craig or leave him alone. It's annoying to me.
No, wait. One time Crystal messaged Kourtney Kardashian's boyfriend.
I was right too.
Stay away from him. He's dangerous.
He is. He is dangerous.
But it was so funny because
That guy that she was dating when she was like in Paris, we heard he beat up someone.
Yeah, the guy that she dated before she was with, after Scott, before she was with her husband.
Yeah.
It was like the
guy. He was like
Eunice or something. He had
yes,
like a weird name.
Eunice.
Wasn't
yes.
it? It was something
He's
like that.
dangerous.
He was like a male model, and so Crystal messaged her.
I did.
And was like, "Stay away from him. He's dangerous."
And
I'm
sure
like,
enough, I'm not kidding. Like the next day, they're gone. They're broken up. It was shortly after
she's
though.
not listening.
No,
but it
she's
was-
not listening, but it did look like it because then it was like gone.
And then like
It was
sometimes, you know when it shows like your friends' comments on like Instagram, like sometimes I'll be scrolling and I'll like see like a Crystal comment on like Lindsay.
Hubbard.
Yeah.
I love Lindsay.
I remember when her and Carl finally announced they were together, and it was like, I love you guys so much. I'm so happy. But I'm just like, it's so funny. She's like,
Oh, I do
commenting
tell him. I would
on
tell
all
him.
these like famous people. Like, no, they're
Oh,
not
yeah.
listening. But
I message all kinds of people.
yeah, it's
Oh
so.
yeah, I'm into that. I'm like, oh. we
No,
can
one
comment.
time we had an influencer at our school, and we like.
She was
and we
looking
saw
for me.
her at the.
She was looking for me.
She wasn't.
Tisha keeps telling me she wasn't, but she was.
And we like saw her in the cafeteria, and then after Crystal, like I messaged her, like I'm like,
We were friends.
no
And I
one's
was like,
looking.
yeah,
but
she
she's
was.
messaging.
She didn't come to the next thing, but I thought she was looking for
and
me.
never responded.
Well, we didn't want to go to the next day, and I'm like, no, she's gonna be looking for us. And Tisha's like, no,
yeah,
she's not.
that's what it was.
Yeah.
So she's like, hey, we're not gonna be there tomorrow. She wasn't.
She
looking.
never cared. She never ever cared, really.
But I like admire that about you. Like, way to think that the famous people are caring.
I do. I feel like Paige and I are friends.
Yeah.
She listens.
Yeah.
No, she's like totally my friend in my head.
Yeah.
But I'm so annoyed about her and Craig. It's like so. I just wish you watched. They go to like a fortune teller and she's like, will I be engaged this year? And the fortune teller, this like necklace was like, yes. So their whole debate, oh my gosh, there's so much I want to say that I know the reality talk is boring, but I don't really care.
It's interesting to some.
Yeah.
So
Just fast forward this part.
Paige and Danielle get in a fight because they're drunk at a bar, Paige, Danielle, and Kyle, who it's like the blind leading the blind, all not relationship gurus. And Danielle brings up something about Carl, and she's like, no, Craig. And she's like, you don't give him anything. Which I was like, finally.
Yeah.
Paige like gets away with it. Like she's like nasty to everyone and like says nasty truth things. And that's like her thing is like Paige tells the truth and it's funny. But like if someone does something to her, she can't stand it.
Yeah.
So Danielle was like, I don't think you give him anything. She's like, well, I give him such. She's like, no, I feel bad for him. And I was like, me too.
Yeah.
Oh, Paige went on a rampage for Danielle. She's still going after her. Like, how dare she say that? She's coming for me, blah, blah. I'm like, oh my gosh, you literally make fun of everybody.
And it was the truth.
And it is the truth. That's why it hit a core.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was. So then she like took Craig on a date and did all this stuff. And I'm like, Danielle's right. So then Kyle, these are when you have bad friends. So Kyle and Amanda started Loverboy, right? Amanda quit her job and is helping Kyle. They might be right, but they're like, Amanda, so what's your thing gonna be? Because that's Kyle's thing. And she was like, well, I don't know. Like,
But she's doing it with him.
yeah, it's like their company. It's like it's kind of a big deal.
To have something together.
Like that's like what people want in life.
Yeah.
Why are we making Amanda have her own thing? Because women need to have their own thing. And they're like, well, Amanda, what's your thing? She's like, well, I don't know. And they're like, well, you need your own thing. We think you're living in Kyle's shadow too much. So then fast forward to next week, she's like, Kyle, I need my own thing. And then he's like, what the heck? We're like building this industry and it's like barely started and you want to leave it and go do your own thing. He's like, I don't get to do anything I want. He's like, he's wasted. I love Kyle. He's like, I want to be a DJ. I don't get to go be a DJ. I'm running a company. Sure as shit. Now Kyle's DJ. Stop. But I love it. Like, that's not his fault. You don't go do it. Like, go do it then.
Don't let your friends make you feel pressured.
Yes.
You know, to like.
So then Paige and Sierra get in a huge fight with Kyle for Amanda. That Amanda wants to move to the suburbs out of New York City.
Yeah.
And Kyle doesn't want to because like it's so fun.
Yeah.
Like he's like, my business is here. Like everything's here. We don't have kids. Why would we do that? So Paige and Sierra start fighting with Kyle that they need to do it for Amanda. He doesn't do anything for her. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Are you moving to the suburbs for Craig?
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. She gets away with it.
Double standard.
Yes.
Yeah, that's annoying.
And like, do you not think he's the one? You know when you want someone to be the one, but there's something holding you back?
Yeah.
I feel like that's what it is. I feel like she wants
Like
him to be the
on paper,
one.
it's right, but
Yeah, I'm like, she doesn't want to be without him, but she can't make her. It's like Carrie and Aiden on Sex and the City when she had to wear the ring closer to her heart.
Yeah.
Because like she couldn't do it.
Yeah.
That's what I think it is for her. And Craig's like, he's becoming the best version of himself. So I don't know how this is going to spin. Like she's 31. And I think sometimes you think.
The clock is ticking though.
Yeah. But she's got him ready and waiting. And he wants to have kids really bad. He's like 38. Maybe 39. Like he needs to start having kids soon.
Well, and he's like good looking and successful. I feel like there's going to be no shortage of women.
That's how I felt with Nick Lachey and Jessica. What's her name? Simpson. By the way, have you read that book?
Her book, Jessica?
Yes.
I haven't.
It's one of the best books I've ever read in my
really
life.
good.
It's
She's
like
a
one of the.
now though, I think.
Yeah, but during the time of the book, it was great.
Yeah, it was.
It's really good.
Like alcoholism, right?
Yes. And like life and faith and like it's so good.
It is so good.
It's so good.
Yeah.
One of the best books ever. Oh, anyways, but like when she got all skinny for Dukes of Hazzard and this and that, and then like broke up with Nick, I think she thought the grass was greener, and now she's happier. And like hearing it from her perspective in the book, you're kind of like, yeah, maybe you guys were wrong, but I don't know. I think sometimes, I don't know. I just see Paige with an Italian.
Really?
Yeah, like she's so, I think that's part of the problem. It's like he's so Charleston.
Yeah.
And she's so New York. And like she doesn't know how to dress for Charleston. It's dumb. Like just wear the same.
Yeah.
Are we supposed to dress different for different cities? Like I didn't know. Do you know that?
I'm like, I'm going to Charleston in like a week. I don't know what I'm going to wear now.
Charleston's like flowers
I'm
and
like,
bright colors and like.
I'm all,
Yeah.
ooh.
And like New York is like black and more
Yeah.
edgy.
Yeah.
And she's like, I can't dress in Charleston.
Yeah, that's definitely a reason to break up.
Right? So when it flashed back to the beginning when they were dating, she's like, I would move to Charleston right now. Like before she locked him in. Now, never moving.
I think they'll break up eventually.
I know. I just like,
I haven't watched them to know enough. I do want to.
well, that's another thing. So when they film together, they do fight. So now they like never film together. And I think it's so weird that they're both on Bravo. And like he was in like maybe one episode, maybe 0.5. So like he doesn't come to, he's in New York and stays at her house while she goes to the summer house.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's weird.
Because I don't think she wants people seeing her dirty laundry.
Yeah.
I think she wants to seem like they're so perfect. I don't think she wants cameras around.
Yeah.
But I think that's not
I
fair.
get that. I'm not. I wouldn't love people seeing my dirty laundry.
But that's like the thing with reality TV. That's why they got after Kyle Richards right now. Supposedly Andy from Bravo said, tell the truth about you and Morgan or you're out.
He did?
Yeah, that's like the rumor, but it's true. Like Erica Jane's life's falling apart. Like all these people,
Yeah.
it's not fair.
Well, that's
if
what
my
they said
life's
about
falling
Tom
apart.
and Ariana. Like,
Yeah.
same thing. Like, you can, like, everyone else can be a hot mess on the show, but you can't.
Yeah, it's not
I feel
fair.
like that's how I'd be if I had a show.
Totally.
I'd be, like, fake. Not fake, but, like,
Well,
not-
even on here, I feel like you don't
Yeah.
like to share.
no.
You like take it
and
out.
then I always text Dana after. I'm
But
also,
she never takes
cut
it out.
that. That's so
I
rude.
do.
Liar.
I don't know. Did you take out the punch?
punch?
When you punch Ben or whatever?
No. Hold on. I didn't punch Ben. But the other night I kicked him in bed because
On
he made me
purpose?
mad. And he
What do you mean? Like, what happened?
So we were laying in bed, and I can't even tell this story. So,
Please, if it means it's a good one.
I'm gonna get a text later.
Yeah, take it out. No, post it right away.
so what happened was we're laying in bed. So Ben does this thing where, so he does the tuck in at night because everyone's favorite parent is him. So
That's not why.
And I'm 9 at night.
Yeah, that's the real reason.
So,
Everyone's favorite.
I get in bed and they come in and say goodnight to me, and then Ben walks them all down. And so he does this thing.
What
where
time is this at, too?
He
Why
does.
don't you tell?
Shut up.
It's like 7:30. No, I'm not lying. I am not lying. Teisha, tell them what
No,
time it is.
like 8:30.
No,
And
it's
then
not
that's when we
8:30.
watch our show.
It's not 8:30. It's closer to 7:45, 8.
No, not the tuck in.
No, you in your bed. What time do you go in your
Oh,
bed?
I get in there early. I retire to my
At like what,
chambers
7:30?
early.
7?
I'd go at 6 if I could, but it's usually like I feel like it's closer to 8, 7:38.
Yeah.
So when you go in your room, that means I'm done.
Yeah, I get really done. I'm like, okay, I've reached my maximum, and then now I'm done, and I'm gonna go get in bed. And then they come and say goodnight to me and blah blah. So, anyways, Ben does this thing though where he doesn't want to walk down 50 times. Totally understandable. I wouldn't want to walk down 50 times either. But he does this thing where he says, okay, I'm going down. So if you want to walk down, you come now. Well, it's like
To the kids?
yes. So it's like he's taking Fox and he tells Bear, hey, if you want the walk down, you come now. So he told Bear at this particular night, hey, I'm walking down now. And Bear was like, okay. Or he told Bear something like, I'm walking down. And Bear was like, okay, give me 1 sec. I'm just doing this. Well, he either walked or he didn't tell Bear. I don't remember the exact
He missed the walk down.
specifics. He missed the walk down. So Bear comes down and is like, I thought you were walking me down. And he's like, no. And I'm like, so wait a minute. And Ben gets some grouchy sometimes, I think, because I'm in the bed and he's like jealous. You know?
I would be too.
And so he gets in bed.
Walking down the hallway to the room.
Yeah, it's kind of a long
It's
hallway.
like the walk down. Yeah, it's far. It's
You
on
act
the other
like
side
this
of
is
the house.
normal. The walk down, it's like from
Downstairs.
no.
No, from our side of the house to their side.
Got it.
So it's split.
But down their side is like the teen room, and like it's not like it's no man's land for like Bear
No.
to walk down.
It's like you're fine if you don't get a walk
It's a
down.
ceremony in your household. right?
Yes.
In terms of-
So, well,
So does CJ walk down with Ben
no, CJ like stays up later and watches shows or whatever.
This is,
Yeah.
in his room, or does he walk down? Does he stay in the living room?
He
and walk
doesn't
down
get
to
a walk
himself?
down. High school, I think the walk down's over. He'll come in, say goodnight to me and Ben, give us hugs. We're usually already in bed.
Both
And
of
then-
you.
Yeah, and then he goes. So he doesn't get a walk down.
So does Ken get a walk down?
No, Ken doesn't really do the walk down. It's just Bear and Fox mainly.
yeah.
But if it's only 2, might as well wait for the other one.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
So I'm like,
If he has like 4 kids and one misses, it's like you missed it.
yeah, no.
But if the walk down consists of Bear and
he's
Fox,
thinking he's getting the walk down, and then you do it without alerting him. It's like, so he gets in bed, and I can tell he's mad because he's being passive aggressive, and he gets in bed, and he's like, I'm not walking. I already did it. You missed it. And he's like, but I thought you were gonna. and like Bear gets all sad, and I'm like, and I'm trying
Really? He likes that
Yeah,
time
so
with
I'm
them.
trying to understand what happened. Like, did Ben say to Bear, I'm walking down, and Bear was being disobedient and missed it? Or did Ben not alert him?
Because Ben's so done.
I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. So I'm like, so Ben's in bed mad next to me, and he's like, I'm not walking you down. Bear's crying. And I'm like, hold the phone. What happened? And he's like,
Come in.
pause.
Come in.
Brox. No, he knows. Come in.
Hey.
Oh. Did you guys knock?
Oh, Hudson might have.
Oh.
What's up, Kyle?
Oh, nothing.
Did you knock?
No, Hudson did.
What do you need, Huds?
Oh, I heard you guys screaming.
Oh, everything's okay. We're doing the walk down.
Yeah, we're just telling stories. See you guys.
So back to the story. So I'm trying to investigate what happened. So I'm like, what happened? Did you not walk him down? And so Ben got mad because he thought he was getting in trouble and when I'm just trying to figure out what's happening. And then I don't know.
Was he getting in trouble?
No, because I'm like, well, what happened?
Yeah.
I'm trying to understand. And he's like, nothing happened. I am not. And I'm just like,
Well, sometimes they think you're yelling at him,
and
but
I'm like,
you're just trying to
what
understand.
happened? And so then I lightly kicked him. I was mad. It was like, shut up, you know? And so I just said, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. And I did it like that. And then he got so mad. And he's like, what is this? Like it's like abuse. And it was like a light kick. It wasn't like I kicked my hardest.
Just like heal him.
No.
I know, it's hard to kick in that position,
It was
too.
more like a,
Yeah,
gosh,
I get
you're
like that.
annoying.
Yeah,
You
like,
know?
yeah, he's starting to get going, and it's like, just shut up, you know?
And it was just like, you know, but it wasn't like I like wound up and, you know, like it wasn't like a aggressive, mean kick where he was like, ow. It was like maybe inappropriate, but like I just was like, I wanted him to just be quiet. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. And so then it was like, he could not get over it.
Wait,
so,
for how long?
So then he's like, we're going to bed, and then he's like, I can't believe you kicked me. And I'm like, oh my God, you know?
So what'd you say?
So I was just like, I wasn't apologizing. I'm not the best apologizer. I'll like ride that into the end. And so I
For
was like,
kicking him?
for anything.
So what'd you say?
So I was like, well, yeah, I was annoyed because I was trying to figure out. And he's like, you don't kick somebody. Like, it's not okay. He's like, you don't kick. I'm like, it wasn't a kick. It was a tap with my leg.
Is that what you said?
Yeah. And he's like, no, you kicked me. Like, what is this? Like, are we in a house where we like physically touch each, you know?
Is that what he said?
Yeah, like he was making it. Well, I think he knew he was like in trouble for the not.
Yeah, so
He
you
messed up, so he wanted to flip it. You know when you do that?
So you weren't letting that thing flip because you
So I
knew.
was like, that's ridiculous. I didn't even hurt you. It was like, be quiet.
Trying to get your attention.
Exactly. So then I'm
Did
I'm
he
like,
shut up,
whatever,
though?
good night. So we went to bed kind of.
Did he shut up once you kicked him?
Well, he was in disbelief, you know? So then and he was like so mad. And then it could turn to him being mad at me. So I'm like, whatever, good night. So we go to bed.
You can fall asleep like that?
Oh yeah, it wasn't a big deal.
What did Bear do? Did he just walk?
Yeah, did he get a walk down? Did you walk him down?
I might have walked him down. I don't remember that. And so I don't
Oh,
remember.
then when you're walking, you're like, shoot, when I
And,
get
yeah,
back.
and then I'm all, oh God. So then the next morning, he comes in and he does this thing where he always makes me laugh, you know? And he's like, hey, your coffee's ready. Like, you know, like acting like I'm gonna, you know, like don't hit me, you know? And I'm like, come on. And then it's like, so then we had to have a whole thing and I'm like, sorry, you know? But
What
it's
did
like,
he
I'm
say?
not sorry. It's stupid. I'm glad I can say it here because he doesn't listen. You deserve the kick.
Wait,
And I
did you
didn't,
say
and
sorry?
It was a tap. It was a
It's
tap.
pretty funny, though, that he did
Yeah.
that.
Oh, it's so funny. So then the next morning I'd be like, sorry, yeah, no, you're right, I shouldn't have kicked you. And I'm like, it's so dumb.
And then did he say, you know, we're not going to, like, was it more or quick?
No, I feel like it ended pretty quick, but I feel like it's one of those ones he'll bring up again.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like he's like that, you know? Like, he's...
Do you think that it's better to go to sleep sometimes when it's like that? Like, because I can't let something sit like that.
Oh, you can't?
No, and I need to sometimes.
Oh, I'm like I'm out. And he's the one who's like stewing about
Because
it.
Ben and I are the same.
Oh,
I
I'm
could
like,
not.
I've never slept better. You
Kyle,
know?
too, he can go right to sleep.
Sugar plums dancing
Then
over
I'm
my
more
head.
raging when they're sleeping. I'm like, oh my
Oh,
God.
that's how Ben is. He's all fine, good night, and I'm all good night, you know. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I can't. Sometimes I need to just let it go.
I'm not physical, but I mean, it was a tap. Let's be real, you know?
Would you do it again?
Yeah, it wasn't a big deal. It was like a, shut up, you know?
That's
Does that
funny.
sound bad?
No.
Okay.
I think
we
I've done
cut
stuff
it?
like that. No, we're already starting this.
All right.
The story was
I'm not
30
cutting it.
minutes.
I'm not cutting it.
Yeah.
You're right.
So was Bear fine without the walk down?
I don't remember after the kick. It kind of
I know. I want to know more of these things that go on. Like you have the walk down, you have the, like, it's like weird things go on.
We have a lot of weird things. I know. I'm trying to think what else we have. Oh, well, we have our show at night. It's 1 to 2 episodes. Right now we're watching Poldark. It's so good.
What's
Thanks
Poldark?
to the jerky Danielle for recommending it.
What's Poldark?
You won't like it. It's another historical fiction, kind of like Outlander, but I've already told Julia about it. It's so good. And she recommended it. And I am so grateful. It's so good. So anyways, we watch the shows, but we let the dogs go. We take the dogs before we watch the show. Then we watch the show.
Who takes the dogs? It's not me.
Yeah. One of us.
Who?
So I usually do the pre-show.
Really?
And then he does the post-show, pre-bed. So it's like right because I get so tired. And so sometimes he doesn't want to do that. And he wants me to take him out. And I if it's winter, it's freezing. Or if it's summer, I'm tired, you know?
So when do you do it then?
I do it before we watch the show usually.
I don't even think you do that.
Yeah. I do.
No, I don't picture that happening.
But sometimes
Watch it like in your living room or in your bedroom?
bed.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you just say, I'm going to bed. I don't picture you walking the dogs out and standing
So
there.
sometimes I'll be like, so I can tell after he's like wanting me to take the dogs. So then I have to sometimes offer something in exchange for taking the dogs.
You would rather do that than just take the dogs
Yeah.
out?
I would take the dogs all day.
Me too.
Really?
Get up.
I'm tired.
So that's why it's different though, right? If I didn't have to do that, yeah, of course that's easier.
That's what I'm saying. I just lay there for 2 seconds as opposed to taking the dogs out. It's like a whole thing, you know? So yeah.
Can you blurp just that
No.
little bit? Because it's still going. Yeah, just blurp the hand.
We gotta, yeah. I don't know if I should tell you more stories. I feel like it's very incriminating.
That's the whole point of this whole thing.
Well, why don't you tell us?
I tell stories all the time. I used to be having an eating disorder. I like tell all the things. And you're all, yeah, once, like, and then you're all, take it down. I'm like, okay. It's the worst. I'm always telling all the things.
I don't like to be open.
It's not fun.
No, it's horrible.
But that's what I'm talking about. Okay, let's not share our truth, reality TV.
Yeah, I would never make it on reality TV. I'd be like Ariana.
Why do you think that is? Are you worried what people think?
I think I'm just a private person.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't talk about a lot of things, you know? Like, I feel like you in general talk about more things.
Yeah.
Your feelings and stuff. And, no, like, you know, I'm not as open. That's it, open.
Why aren't you open?
I don't know. Your legs are, but I'm not.
I was waiting for one of you.
I know. Why though? I wonder why.
I don't know.
And why am I so open?
I don't know. That's interesting. I don't know. Are you open?
Nope.
No? Yeah.
I think it's great that you're open. I wish I could be more open.
I think the word open's getting weird at this point.
It is.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm open about all things though. Just more comfortable things. Well, maybe all things.
I think most things. It's good. I think
Yeah.
it's great. I don't think it's bad at all.
Thanks.
I think it's more worse to be like me.
No, Kyle doesn't have a lot of feelings about normal things. He has feelings about like different things. So there's that. Yeah. What I want to say and what I'm going to say are different. But no, he doesn't really have like things like that he doesn't want to share. He doesn't like think about things too deeply.
He doesn't strike me as someone that like wears his heart on his sleeve.
No, it's like, is there a heart? I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
He's not an overanalyzer.
What you see is what you get, and he'll just tell you everything. So I guess he is open in that way.
Yeah.
Like he just says everything. Almost to like sometimes I feel like, have you been on Liar Liar? Where they say what they're thinking and you're like, you're not supposed to say that. I feel like we live on Liar Liar. Like he says it all and I'm like, oh my gosh, like you don't just tell someone that.
Yeah.
But he does.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's endearing because he's honest. And like what he says he is. So it's not like you're like, I wonder what Kyle thinks. Whereas me, I'm very edited. Like I'm always thinking, like, should I say this? Should I not? Like it's always so thought out that it's sometimes dumb.
And like, how is the other person gonna feel?
Yeah. So it's like what I'm really feeling and what I'm expressing probably aren't the same. And then that's sometimes annoying.
Yeah.
I think. Not two-faced, but it's hard for me to like say the truth. Like Ben.
Yeah, Ben's the same.
It's hard for him.
Oh, yep.
Or he.
It's special.
Well, we don't want to get in trouble. So we like to just.
But then you get in more trouble
Yeah.
because you weren't telling me what's going on. Like when you find out your son has a basketball game that day. I mean, I guess I did know that that game was coming, but I didn't put two and two together that it was that day, you know?
Yeah.
They had a threesome trip this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It was fun.
You weren't there.
Well, Ben said it was the time of his life.
No one kicked him.
He went on and on about how fun Kyle is, how he was calling the guys the names at the thing.
The wrong names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said it was like so fun.
Yeah. It was me, Ben, and Kyle. Teisha didn't come.
No.
It's a little different. But it's okay.
There's more to this. I'm sensing it.
Well,
I don't really know too much, to be honest.
About what?
Like how you went from coming to not coming.
Well,
I just know you said you weren't coming all of a sudden. I'm like, what the heck?
well, I was
But I told Kyle the night before I had a feeling you wouldn't come. I was like, I don't think Teisha's going to
struggling
go.
with going.
So that's why let's just fly out because then if she's late or doesn't go, you're not going to be annoyed.
Yeah. I was struggling with going because it was just like a lot my dad had to spend the night. I was feeling weird about that. And then taking CJ to camp at 6 a.m. I was just feeling like it was like, you know when you feel like it's more stress than it's worth?
Yeah.
Well, and it wasn't like outlined until right before.
Right.
So you
And
know,
then my
you don't
dad's
really
like,
have
I
a
got
plan.
a shot in my foot because I couldn't walk. I got the plantar fasciitis, so I'm like feeling bad. But he was like, it's fine, it's fine. So I was like trying to make myself go, but I was feeling conflicted. And then the morning of, I was like, Ben's like, yeah, so Jeff's gonna pick Bear up at 11. And I'm like, for what? And he's like, oh, for his first basketball game. And I'm like, you didn't think to tell me at a basketball game today? And he's like, well, I knew that if I told you, it'd be just another reason to not go to Vegas, which he's not wrong.
Totally.
But I just don't like that. And like, you didn't even clear it with me. I don't know.
Like it was like manipulated.
Yes. So then I was like, well, now you're going to go by yourself and it's going to be great for you. And I wasn't being mad or mean. I just was like, I just don't think it's a good idea. And so you just go have your fun and go. And then he'll tell you, it was like the best time ever. He won a bunch of money. He went on and on about Kyle and how funny and fun he was. It was like, I think I would have been almost like a wet blanket.
Oh.
Because I was like stressing, you know? I wasn't in the mode that he was in.
Yeah.
So you know when someone comes that doesn't want to be there?
Yeah.
It's not the same. You're like, I was like stressing. And so I think it worked out for the best. But it was a bummer.
So that's the story.
Yeah.
No cussing on the flight had to happen. Like
No, he
Yeah.
drove.
Oh.
He drove by
So he
himself
drove.
and met him there, and then they all drove back together.
So it was different. For me, it was like different.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have my buddy. So it was like different, but it was fine.
Yeah. But I would have been in the room anyways if they gambled.
Well, if you were coming, we had different plans.
Yeah.
Because
it
we
would
know
have
you
been
don't
more
like to gamble.
let's go to dinner and a show, not
Yes.
just gamble the whole time.
Yes.
Right.
But the three of us weren't mad
No.
that we were like three kids without a mommy.
Yeah, it was. It was like,
Yeah. We gambled all day. Like, there was no one telling us to stop.
yeah.
Literally. Ben got there. I didn't even go with him to put the stuff down. I was like, go, Kyle. Ben's here. You're good. And it was perfect because Kyle had a buddy. And I was
Yeah.
like, yes.
Yeah, I think
I was completely alone. And it was the best time.
in the belly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I rubbed all the things.
They all won.
We all won.
It was
like a magical.
Yeah, it was.
Those are hard trips because then like that's what you're always chasing.
Yes. Like that night and the next day I was still chasing the wind. But it was just like nice because we didn't have a plan. I think it was nice to not have like dinner or Kyle and I booked reservation, but Teisha usually does all that. So we didn't, like the three of us together were like, but that was like very like, where's our mom? Like, we're like, well, I don't know. Ben's like, are we going to dinner or something? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah,
And
because I plan everything. Ben just shows up. He doesn't
so we
know
had
what
one
day.
reservation at 5, and then we had one at like 7.
Where at?
This place in the hotel.
Oh.
I forget the name, Wally's. And it was like good. Yeah, you would have liked it.
Yeah.
It had like bolognese. I made sure.
Oh, yeah.
But that didn't win. So then we're like, let's go eat soon. But we were all winning. So we ended up going at like way later than the reservations, and it was fine. You know, like
Yeah.
it wasn't. And then we ate, and then we're like peace. And then they went to the casino across. I stayed at Grand Lux. It was very like.
Yeah.
It was very. I had a lot of quality time with me and the machines.
Yeah.
And it was great.
Yeah.
You know what, though? Honestly, from my gambling, I never get to just play as long as I want to play. Like, if I go at such small periods, like if I ever go in town, I have an hour, maybe 2. And like when we're in Tahoe, there's the casino, and I can go like for half an hour before dinner,
Because
or
we like have stuff going on.
and like we have to wait for the kids to go to bed, so it's like 10 to 12 is like Maddie will start calling me by 11:30, so I have an hour and a half.
Yeah.
It's never like I have more than 2 hours to
Right.
play, and so I got sick of it, which was the first time that's ever happened because I got to actually play.
Right.
Like I'm like, oh, this isn't that great anymore because it's always like an hour and I'm left like in the middle of
more.
something. Yes.
Yeah.
It's like when you let yourself eat everything and then you're like, this isn't that great.
Yeah.
But when you're only letting yourself have a bite, you like want it more and more.
Yeah.
And so the fact that I got to play, I was like Kyle and Ben, I'm like, let's go. Because I wanted to, because we were at the Mirage because it's cheaper.
Yeah.
But I don't love the Mirage lately because I went there the night before my dad passed. And so I just don't love it. And it was weird being there without you. It's a very cheer or a very my family. So I like didn't love it there. So that's why I stayed at Venetian.
Yeah.
Because I don't really have a lot of family memories there. And they went to Mirage on my own to stay. And then I walked over and they're like, we're going. So I wanted to get the Uber with them. No, they were never going. So then I kept being like, Kyle, more money. But I wasn't like playing, again, the same thing. Playing for a short period of time, I kept losing money. Whereas when I played for the day, you play more like smart.
Yeah.
You know? And so I lost money just because I was ready to go and I didn't want to just sit there.
Yeah.
So then
That's
I was like, let's go.
how I always am.
Yes.
Maybe that's why I always lose. And
Yes,
I hate
it's
it.
not fun like that. I was like getting so annoyed. I'm like, let's go. Like, this isn't fun. And it kept giving me 20s and it goes in a second. And I'm like, this is dumb.
That's how I feel every time.
Yeah, no, you really have to like play the machine.
Yeah.
Like if it's not hitting, you move like pretty soon. It's weird. So like when you only have $20, you don't have enough time to, it goes like this. So you have to like, that's why you have to have like a decent bank so you can go up and down with it.
Yeah.
But if you only have $100, you're gonna write it right down. You don't get the write up.
Yeah.
So you gotta like have an amount that I'm gonna invest this much. But that sounds bad. But I have to be willing to lose it. Like if I had $300 and it's gonna go, that's it. But like you have to have like $300 to start.
Yeah.
Not 100.
No.
It's not enough to go like this.
Yeah.
Because then with your, I don't put it all in, but then like all of a sudden you're up to 500 and you're like, okay, and you don't even touch the other 200 for a long time. Or you like, I do this thing where I win, I cash out, hold the ticket, put in a 20 or 100. So it's like smaller bills.
Yeah.
Because if you have 300 in the machine, you just go through it so fast.
Yeah.
And then I have like all these tickets and I'm like, oh my gosh, it was really exciting. Yeah. So it was like, you wouldn't have liked the trip very much, but it was just like, I woke up and you're like, Ben's on his way. I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Like what happened?
And I think like looking back, I think I should have just been like, I don't feel right about going, but I don't have a hard time like
Well, there's a lot of pressure.
letting down. And like, I do love Kyle and I do want to celebrate his birthday. So it like, I was struggling.
Yeah.
And then the final nail in the coffin was the game. I was like, I'm not going. I don't feel right about this. And like, I don't like the feeling of pawning my kids off. It just gives me a weird feeling.
Yeah, I agree.
I
I left mine for camp. I mean,
no,
it
but
turned though. Jen went and picked her up, and it was with my family, and they were having a ball.
Totally.
But like, I don't know, it's just hard. You never feel good leaving your kids.
Yeah.
But then, like, I go in between. Like Maddie, I took her to Target. I did all these things early, so we were ready to go. And then at the last minute come, and it was literally like, when did I call you? It was like 6.
Yeah.
You were like on your way to
Who
dinner.
watched your kids that night?
My mom.
Oh.
So it was like 6:30, and Kyle and I were just sitting there, and we didn't have any plans. I'm like, let's just fly out tonight.
Yeah.
Like, why not? And Maddie was so mad. But I'm like, Maddie, I literally did all the things for you all day. I took her to get her nails done. I took her, we have everything ready. And I'm like, sometimes I do think it's a little, not selfish, but like, because you just didn't want me to? Like, okay, well, we want to.
I think it's different when you're making your guys' marriage a priority.
Yes.
It's like, no, we're going to be together.
And our kids sometimes don't respect that the most.
Our
That's,
kids
I
do
think,
that
what
too.
bothers me.
They're like, you're going on a vacation without us? I'm like, yeah, heck yeah, we are. Like, see ya.
Yeah, and I think it's healthy for them to see you make each other a priority. And I'm not
100%.
always the best at that. Maybe that's why it's shocking.
Yeah.
When I do pick Kyle, I try to more in front of them. but it's hard, you know?
Yeah.
Because you always feel, and I think when
feel
your
bad.
kids run busy, you don't have a lot of time with them. So like when our kids are home, sometimes it's like 8, 9, 10. Well, I don't really want to hang out at 8, 9, and 10 o'clock. I want to go with Kyle and go to the bed. I like to go to the bed too. But I go to the bed like throughout the day, and that's kind of weird. Like when I go in my room is when I'm done with everything. So like when I know I'm going through like a time where I'm like processing something or something's not sitting right, you'll find me in the bed. Any chance I get, I go in my room. And then like when I'm not like that, I'm like out there more. It's weird. Because I think that's like my cue of like, don't bug me.
Yeah.
But it's not good. Yeah, that's why I get the bed thing. But I do it sometimes like if I have an hour, I'm like, oh. Because I feel like they won't come to bug me as easily. But it's not always right. Because more often it's the world bugging me, not my kids.
Right.
But I need that half an hour of a break that I have to like get my mind right. I don't know.
Yeah.
The mind. It's just a tricky thing. Yeah. I just feel like mine's twisted still. I can't figure out what is wrong with it. I like want to do 75 hard or something like discipline. I can't like, I don't know. It's just like foggy. It's like I can't think straight. Like today, I'm just missing things and I'm like, I don't know, my emotions.
you're
I think
still
with the
breathing.
setback from work, it's confusing because I don't really do well in a limbo. I'm not like a limbo girl. I'm like a balls to the wall kind of girl. So I don't like the limbo. I just like, I think Maddie I don't know. I just feel like there's all this like,
Transition.
yeah, I'm not a big transition person. It's not, I'm like too controlling.
Yeah, like let's get to it and get it figured out.
So I just feel uneasy. You know, and you're not sleeping. I'm going in the bedroom more. I don't know. I haven't worked out as much too, and that's such a big thing because you clear your head when you work out.
Totally.
Summer takes a minute too, I feel like, to adjust. And then by the time we adjust, we go on
Go
vacation
back.
and it's over. But like, I'm not used to the cheer schedule and I'm just not. My kids are running 50 places. I'm like forgetting I have one kid.
No, the kids' plans are out of control.
Yeah.
As they get older, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, it's confusing.
They all have plans. It's like, no plans. You're just my little kids that stay home. And,
Yeah,
you
wait
know?
for me to get home.
Exactly.
It's not that.
I don't
It's
love
like
all the
confusing,
plans,
all of
yeah.
it. I feel like I'm missing somebody at all times because
Yeah.
we've had camp.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like that too.
Yeah. So I think that's part of the fog. And we've been out of town a bunch. I feel like, you know, when you don't have a set like routine, I'm very routine.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to get like your summer routine.
Yeah. But speaking of life and my dad and all that, oh my gosh, Marky had the craziest dream about my dad. It was so weird, but I guess story for another time or maybe a story here.
Yes, same.
She had like, Marky, I coach with her. She and I are very like spiritual.
Yeah.
So like she'll say things to me and it's like directly from the guy above. Like it's very weird. So at Topgolf the other day, she's like, I had a dream about, and she knows I'm going through like all the things, you know? And she's like, I had a dream about your dad. And I'm like, huh? She's never even met my dad. And she's like, yeah, it was really weird. We were in a car. He was driving us. We were in the back seat. And he turned around to me and said, you're right where you need to be. And I was like, it's so crazy. It's gonna make me emotional because like with all the things going on in my life, like all the transitions, I'm like, there's something he was like trying to tell me.
Yeah.
Like I'm on the right path. I just can't figure out what thing he was talking about.
Right.
You know, but it's like a really crazy when you're making these big life decisions that he said that.
Yeah.
Isn't that? It's
Yeah,
so
that's
crazy. And like she's never met my dad. She's like, yeah, I didn't even tell you. It was like so weird. It like woke me up.
Yeah.
And she's like, he turned and said, you're right where you need to be.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there's the few things that have happened since the work thing. Those work things very hard for me. It's weird talking to you because you're like in it, you know? But this is very uncomfortable. I'm very uncomfortable with it. This is out of my comfort zone so much. But when I was at Shine and he told me, he was like, I didn't get out in enough time. I'm glad you are. And then he said like, take care of your mom. But it's just like, it's easy. Well, I feel like, you know, when you tell people what to do and then when it happens to you, it's not as easy.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like this is very humbling for me because it is very hard for me to like step. I'm a big stepper. Like if God says I do it, God says I do it. And right now I'm having a hard time, like with what he's telling me, doing what exactly that is.
So you can relate to
Yes,
that
I
a
can
little
relate
bit.
more.
Yeah.
Because it's like maybe all the things he's told me about weren't things I was holding so close, you know?
Before, like they were easy to do. Yeah.
This is not.
Yeah.
It's not easy. And then you're like, is that it's wrong? Or is that because the devil? Or is that, you know, like there's so many things that can
Right.
cloud your judgment. And so I think the the world keeps us busy so that we don't have alone time to really get clarity. And that's what I'm missing. Like a walk or a ride, like I'll pray and I'll hear and I can't.
Yeah.
And I don't think I want to hear yet again. So I'm doing that running thing again. But it's hard. It's all just like hearing from him and knowing that relationship so well. It's just usually I can do all the things he says.
Yeah.
Totally.
Are you still recording?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
What do you need?
Hey, happy birthday, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
Hey, man.
Hey.
He's jerking me. Yeah.
I want to see where I want to put the safe.
Oh, I don't
It
care.
doesn't fit in the closet.
Wait, for real?
Well, we have to take one of the bars and shove it.
Yeah, I don't want it anywhere else. It's your office or the closet.
I know the office, it's like going to stick out.
Okay, honey, we'll do this when we're done. We're on the clock. I got him a big safe for his birthday. He's all
That's a
excited.
good gift. He would love that.
Yeah, he was all excited. His birthday's turning into my birthday. He's all
He
about
really
his birthday.
has turned a corner with the birthday.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's whacked. No, he's so whacked. Last night he's like, "Are you coming swimming? It's my." I'm like, "I'm done with your birthday."
Wait, I'm like, it's over.
No, it's never over.
Oh.
He's like me.
It's changed.
Mm-hmm.
That's cute.
But anyways, I don't know. It's hard. So it's weird, like all that. It's harder to listen than it is to tell people to listen. Or the other times I've had to listen.
Yeah.
This one was harder.
Like part of it for you is like the lesson is in the patience and waiting instead of just moving on to the next thing, doing the next.
Yeah, maybe.
Like it's,
Yeah.
That's
The
potentially
lessons learned in that
learned
space.
in
Yeah.
the space of not knowing, in the space of pause.
Yeah.
I don't love a pause, and I don't like not being in control. And I guess like when Kyle stepped, like financially, I was like, I didn't care. And this is harder for me.
Yeah.
Like I'm very nervous about finances, which is never something I'm nervous about. I'm never like that. Like it's weird. I
Yeah.
don't know if it's my own thing.
You always trust God in that area.
Yeah. It's just like a weird thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Guatemala, just like, I don't know. It's like, I don't like doing something when I'm not all in. And
Yeah.
when I am working right now, which this isn't great for business, just know if you do call us, it does get referred to someone that does care. But, so Teisha still cares, Regina cares, Christy cares. They're very good agents. They're not checked out. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's weird. No, because I get calls and I'm doing bad. And this
Yeah.
has been my biggest fear.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. And I want to care.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Fire.
No fire. There's like the flame is out.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like a good leader without a fire. I don't like being fake. Like it's
Yeah.
not my vibe. I'm never fake. And this is like faking an orgasm. That's what I feel like every day.
Yeah.
Like, how's this? It's fine. It's going great. Like normally, like Ben was like, tell me about your listings. How many do you have? I'm like, really? I don't want to talk about my listings.
Why did he say that?
Well, he just like is excited, you know, when he wants to talk about
I
it.
think he doesn't know what to say sometimes.
Yeah,
so he
but
talks about stupid things.
people ask me that all the time.
Really?
And all the time.
Ew.
And I always am like so excited. And I love to do a market talk. Like, oh, how's the market? Well, let me tell you. Market's great. Everything's good. Like, I get excited about that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I truthfully loved it.
Yeah.
Like, even at Luke Combs, like, by Dirt, I always, like, love the part of the song. It's like, do what you love. And I'm like, I always feel like I'm doing what I love.
Yeah.
And at the concert, I was like, well, that's not this.
Yeah.
You know? It's like,
Yeah.
I don't love this.
Yeah.
But it's just hard. Because, like, my good friends, it's just all hard.
Yeah.
It's very, I don't like feeling like I was like this at the end of coaching. And I hated it because I felt like the girls deserved my 100 and they were getting 50. And I felt like that, maybe 30. Because I had kids and I had, like, people that needed me. And I didn't want to be there anymore, but I didn't want to leave them. Because I felt like that would suck to leave all the girls and the families that needed me. But really, I was doing them a disservice by staying around. Because they deserve to have a coach that was all in. So I feel like that. Like, I think with people that call me, want me to help them sell something, I'm like, but then I do love it. Maybe it'll come back. I don't know. It's just very weird. It's like a numb.
Yeah.
What is your mom doing? Because didn't her boss pass away too?
Yeah, my mom, luckily she doesn't really listen, but my mom is like, I love her. And I don't know if anyone's been through this, which I have a new appreciation for, like, when your parents pass and, like, all of it. It's just, it's different than I would have ever envisioned. And it's something, especially with my dad, we've been preparing for this since I was in 8th grade when he first had a heart attack. So I always, like, prayed about it or thought that I could lose my dad. I lived like I could lose my dad for the most part. So I felt very prepared. Like, even at counseling, I went as he got sick and I started having, like, panic attacks. I knew I needed to go work through it. So I felt like I did all the things. But they're hard on two parts. Like, I'm getting better with, like, him up there and us communicating and the peace that's happening. But my mom, it's so hard. Like, I feel so bad. Yeah. She's hurting so bad. She calls me. She doesn't know when to call. So that's what's hard too, is I'm so busy and spinning still that I don't give her what I want to give her, and I don't want to have regret. I have regret about the last night very much.
Yeah.
So I don't want to have that with my aunt, with my mom, like, but I can't get my schedule clear enough to be who I want to be, you know, and like be present and answer and go to lunch if I can, or go see my aunt. They both just called while we're doing the podcast, you know, and I'm not liking myself. Like, and that's hard for me because I live a very like core-led life, you know? So I don't want to have those regrets. But I think you do get scared. Like, I don't know how like Tana or Lauren, when they lost like a kid who you're the mother, like how you don't live so scared of that feeling again. You know, like I think that's just got to be hard. Because like the idea of, you know, the other people in my family being so close to me, and I know that that will happen. It's like, you know when you're scared in a plane and you've had that feeling where you thought you were going down, and you know how you're more scared for that feeling again? Yeah. That's kind of what's developing. Like, I'm more scared to go through this again. Yeah. Like, you know, and those things might, you know, I know they're older than me. Yeah. You know? Inevitable. It's inevitable, but it's like you get scared of that again. Yeah. Like, how will that feel? Because this didn't feel how I thought it would feel. I have a handle on it. And I have a handle. It's just a weird thing. Yeah. It's just like, my uncle was hard too. Like, our whole family dynamic changed. It's crazy how much one person has like an effect. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But anyways, so that part's hard. I know some of our family lost someone, and they're like talking about, because I think what's hard is like your life goes on differently, but everyone else goes on the same. So it's like you just feel, and like my brother copes differently than I do. So it's not like we're coping together. Right. It's like we're not talking about it. And like I want to talk about it with him, but like we can't. Yeah. And like obviously with this week. Right. It's not my favorite. Yeah. But what's hard is to be like, I love my mother-in-law to pieces, but all she wants to do is plan Father's Day for their family. And I love it, but like sometimes I'm like, can you give me just a minute? Yeah. This is hard. And like the fact that they're not acknowledging that it's hard is annoying. Like, read me. I don't want to talk about Father's Day every day this week, which we've been doing. Right. Every day. So what's the plan? Did you talk to your brother yet? It's just like a thing we're checking off. And for me, it's not a thing I want to check off. Like, I don't know what I want to do that day or Saturday or Friday or today. Right. Like, I'm just going to try to get through it. Yeah. I'm not trying to like, and I feel bad for my father-in-law and I feel bad for Kyle, but I feel like when you're raised to be so tough, how do you say, I need a minute? That's like where I'm at right now. Yeah. Like, I can keep going and I can handle everything, but I just need 1 minute and I can't find it. Yeah. Really deep talks today. Yeah. But I don't want to be weak and say I just need a minute, and I don't know how to get a minute. Like, I just need it from somebody.
I don't think it's weak. I think sometimes people don't realize.
Yeah.
And so I like just tell them.
I said, hey, you know, I'm not going to know what I'm going to do. And it's not my easiest, like I said that yesterday. Yeah. Like, this isn't my easiest day. Plan what works for you guys, and I'm going to try to work through it. Right. And I know she doesn't mean to, but it's just like hard, you know? And like when you're still going through things, how do you tell people, hey, I'm still just having an off day. Can you guys like give me a minute? It's like not the most comfortable thing. Yeah. But then when I'm forgetting everything and messing everything up, it's like, how do you communicate that? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's like weird. You know, I don't know how people go back to an 8 to 5 and have to communicate. Yeah. I don't know what, it's just it's been a weird couple months. Yeah. For me. Yeah. And I think I was really, really busy. So I ran like on a treadmill from everything. And then when you leave everything that you didn't want to deal with behind, you have to deal with it. And it's a little bit different because the timing is off. Yeah. So like right after he passes, everyone's ready to help and ready to cope and ready to be there.
Everyone's moved on.
Yeah. And that's fine. Everybody move on. Yeah. It's just like, there's weird moments where I don't know what to do. And I think that's probably how my mom feels. Like, she was numb, and now I need to be there, and I'm having a hard time. Yeah. That's like my biggest guilt right now is like her, you know, and like trying to be there, but also I have to go on, you know? Yeah. I don't know. It's hard.
And handle your grief.
Yes.
That's so like, you guys are like doing different griefs. It's so different, you know?
And we were raised so differently. Yeah. Like, she raised us to you like, so when she calls me crying, I don't know how to. Yeah. That's like not how we grew up. So I dodge it. I'm like, okay, Mom, I know you miss him. And I feel bad.
Yeah.
But Matt even said the other day, she calls you, upset. And I want her to call me, but she goes, are you ever like able to talk to her, and like you want to be strong because you don't want to say, but I also think she might feel alone because I'm not sharing.
Yeah.
That it's hard for me too.
Yeah.
You always think that that's what people want, but I don't think they do. I think they want you to cry with them, not just watch
she
them.
probably would like to know that you're listening just as much.
And then she wouldn't feel
Yeah. It's just hard for me to do that. I think it's like once I go there, I'm scared.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably what my brother's doing. He doesn't want to go there. The guy has never traveled so much in his life.
I know.
Oh, that's funny.
It's so funny.
But that's how he copes. I worked, but the working wasn't working for me anymore. I need a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Happy Father's Day.
Yeah, I'm all, well,
It's like a counseling session in here.
No, it's great. I like it.
There's
A
something
lot of
about this
people-
fake mic right in front of your face that makes you talk. See, here I go again, sharing all my feelings.
What? No, it's great. I'm all, yeah. Beavis and Butthead.
All right, well, I think that's enough.
That was great.
I'm gonna go get in the fetal position.
If you're really struggling, please reach out to a qualified professional, because that's not us,
We're just here to share our journey.
and to make you laugh
And cry.
and pick your nose.
And touch your boobs.